throw it in the garbage. The whole thing. Uh-uh. What is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel, because the second channel is popping, aka the real Super Mario here, bringing you another video. Alright, so we have a big old 4chan Pokemon Legends ZA leak. Or I should say leak, because there is a chance that this could be fake, because, you know, this is 4chan. It is what it is. Alright, you know, with 4chan, you're rolling the dice. There's a 50% chance this could be 135% real, and there's a 50% chance this is 135% fan fiction. So, but it's interesting, though. It's interesting, not to mention it's a freaking book. Like, this jam, it's a lot to it. This is the most, like, well thought out leak I've seen on 4chan. So we're going to check that out. Of course, when you continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, and the bell button. Do all that good stuff that YouTube requires you to do. Continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video, tweet, share my video, tweet. Now I'll shout you out at this portion of the video. Let's hop on into this. So it starts out with, hello everyone, I work for the Pokemon Company. And while I don't work on the games directly, I do know a lot about what's going on behind the scenes. So I'm here to share some info regarding Legends ZA, as well as plans for the Pokemon franchise going forward. So basically, you saying that you work there, but you don't work on the games. So how would you know? What is your job, sir? What are you, like the front desk person? What do you do at Game Freak that would give you all this information, bro? Come on now. Unlike what's being speculated, the game takes place in present day, a few years after X and Y. The starters are Chespin, Finnegan, and Froakie again. However, their final stages receive Mega Evolutions. Okay, so this is, so far, it's kind of grounded. Alright, I mean, yeah, it's kind of boring, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Gen 6 did not get Mega Evolutions, because if you remember, you got your starter in Gen 6, but then later they gave you a Gen 1 starter which had a Mega Stone, and that was the Mega Evolution. So, I mean, I would only be right that they give the Gen 3 starters, Gen 6 starters Megas, but it's so boring to just have the Gen 6 starters in a Gen 6 game, you know? Alright, I mean, this is a Legends game. Like, give somebody else another shot, you know, to get that regional form or whatever, you know. But being in the modern day, I can see why they wouldn't do that. You play as new characters named Andrew and Indila. Indila?
Oh, you almost had it.
Okay. Who are assistants of Professor Sycamore. They eventually join the redevelopment team Quasar. Quasar is led by a man named Rico, who has the vision of a new Kalos where Pokemon and people coexist together. His plan is to expand Lumino City from its original size to install artificial biomes around the city, similar to the terrarium in Indigo Disc. The game is set entirely in Lumino City, as previously stated, but also includes 5 different areas surrounding the city, which consists of forest, swamp, desert, coast, and snowy forest areas. So basically, the biomes around Lumino City are going to be what you convert into these Pokemon human-friendly zones, which so far sounds pretty good. I'm going to be honest. It sounds kind of good. The only thing is, like, where is there a snowy biome in Kalos? It's been so long since I thought about Generation 6 that where is there a snowy area in Kalos anyway? Like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But this would solve the problem that I was talking about in my last video, where I was like, how are you going to like have like ice Pokemon in a city setting? This would solve that issue. The player is tasked to go to these areas, catch Pokemon, collect resources, and clear the boss for each area. Once the area is clear, buildings will go up on top of said area, and artificial biomes will be installed in order to preserve some of the nature. This expands the city from its original size, and new buildings such as salons, clothing shops will get unlocked in new mission areas. So I'm gonna be honest, like, this sounds kind of crazy. Like, imagine going to a salon out in a snowy backwoods area of the city. Like, you trek through 2.5 feet of snow, you know what I'm saying, battling dago ice Pokemon so you can get to the salon to get your hair cut. I'm just saying, it just sounds weird. Like, oh, you go through the swamp, you know what I'm saying? You go through this swampy area and there's a random baguette shop that sells all the ingredients for your sandwiches. It is what it is, though, you know. Going inside of the artificial biomes, you can find and catch Pokemon not found anywhere else in the game. Lastly, there are 5 rare Pokemon that consist of Go-Goat for land, Noivern for the air, Lapras for swimming, Rhydon for smashing rocks, and Mamoswine for ice travel. Okay, this actually sounds pretty cool. As much as I kind of hate rare Pokemon, because if I have a team of Pokemon, just let me use them. Just let me use them to do things, okay? Alright, like, I don't have to have HMs. Just, like, have it so that, you know, after I beat a certain battle or beat a certain, you know, gym or something, I unlock the ability to ride on my Pokemon. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. I don't need a specific ride Pokemon. I got Pokemon in my squad. Most Pokemon teams are, you know, varied. They, you know, it's not like, I mean, unless you're doing like a mono run or something like that, most teams are pretty varied, but that is what it is. Characters from X and Y make a return, including gym leaders and your rivals who are older and have careers. Characters from the other games, such as Looker, Emmett, and others, also appear. Steven Stone from Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire assigns you the task to capture Latios and Latias, where he gives you their Mega Stones upon completion. So, Steven, to be honest, that's just random enough to be a part of Legends ZA. But the thing is, why is Latios and Latias in Kalos in the first place? Like, why are they in Kalos? Like, that's a cool, I'll be honest, that's a cool, like, little side quest to go on. You know what I'm saying? And of course, they're probably going to be roaming Pokemon. So, you know, you're going to have to track them down, and then they're going to run. You know what? That's cool. That's almost like, I would say that would be good for a post-game, but I think the mid-game of Pokemon kind of needs some side quests too. So, this is pretty cool. Ziana from ORAS returns to seek help in capturing Rayquaza and will teach it Dragon Ascent after capturing him. I think I talked about Rayquaza being part of the story in one of my videos, where I was like, oh, well, you know, maybe the threat in Ikaku is going to be Rayquaza. And, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, Rayquaza technically does protect the environment, even though it's from the sky. You know, he protects the environment from threats from without. So maybe that could be an alien Pokemon that, you know, is a part of... Maybe the A Pokemon is an alien, you know what I'm saying? And Rayquaza wants to, you know, destroy it because, again, it's an extraterrestrial that he thinks is a threat. Kind of like he did with Deoxys. But other than that, I don't really see why Rayquaza would be in the game. But, okay. Looker returns alongside Annabelle, where they investigate Ultra Beast sightings in Kalos, which introduces 2 new Ultra Beasts alongside a new Fire-type Tapu. I'm not a big fan of Ultra Beasts. Alright, Ultra Beasts are Dookie Butter. Alright. You know, another one of those things brought in Generation 7, the generation of Dookie Butter. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Fire Tapu will be pretty cool. Alright, because I like the Tapus, but I don't really care for Ultra Beasts. Miriam from Scarlet and Violet has a quest where you try to help her set up a class in Lumiose Academy. This quest confirms the game is set after Scarlet and Violet, Lastly, Emmett from Black and White is looking for Celebi in hopes of tracking his brother Inigo and Hisui. This mission ends with Celebi sending Emmett back to the past to Hisui, and you get to keep Celebi as a reward. Alright, yeah, this all seems kind of fanfiction-y at this point. To be honest, it sounds really cool, like to have all these like callbacks and all these like cameos and like ways to catch all these legends. Honestly, it's enough legends in this where I feel like this should be like post-game content. Because right now, none of this really seems to like add into the story of Kalos or Lumio City. It just seems like, oh, well, look, it's this person from this region and from this gen and with this Pokemon. Like, it's cool though. Don't get me wrong. I think if they did this, this will probably be better than Legends Arceus. Like, full stop. The protagonists team up with AZ to try to stop Rico from resetting the universe by getting the help from a new character named Porio, who holds knowledge of the new legendary Pokemon named Azeroth. Azeroth? Like, okay, I think that's some kind. You know what? I mean, I know Nintendo and Pokemon are suing Power World here. Do we want to sue Power World and then steal from World of Warcraft? A squirrel Pokemon that is the counterpart to Zygarde. Which, okay, so I know what this is. So there is a squirrel on the World Tree, right? Because you know, Generation 6 is all about Yuzgadrill, the World Tree, the Poetic Ada. So one of the creatures that lives on the World Tree, along with the bird, which was Yveltal, the stags, which were Xerneas, and Zygrade, which was the snake that was under the tree. There's also a squirrel that lives in the tree that takes messages between the bird and the snake. So he just goes up and down the tree. So a lot of people are thinking that the Pokemon, the new like legend or new like mythical or whatever for this game would be a squirrel. But a squirrel mythical, like mythicals are kind of cute, but squirrels don't scream legendary Pokemon to me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess if you did it right, it would be cool, but it just doesn't scream legendary Pokemon. Like, if you look at all the other mythicals, the mythicals are cool and kind of majestic looking, but also, like, really cute. I don't think, like, you can do that with a squirrel. I'll just say it, you know. At the climax of the game, everyone confronts Rico, who is about to activate the ultimate weapon. From there, he unleashes Xerneas and Yveltal, who are in their brand new forms. You must fight and capture them, where you then must face off Rico in one last epic battle. So they're brand new forms. So I'm assuming that this might be like their complete forms, because the forms we see of Yveltal and Xerneas are not really their complete forms. So maybe that's what it is. But of course, I do expect them to probably get new forms. Same thing with Zygarde. He'll probably get a new form as well. Upon defeating Rico, he will unleash Zygarde, and you must fight and capture him. The Zygarde boss has two phases. One is in his 50% form, and the other is in his 100% form. His 100% form is difficult, but Porio gives you Azeroth to battle Zygarde with. So yeah, the squirrel will battle the snake, and he will die. After Zygarde is defeated and captured, Rico still manages to fire the ultimate weapon, where it hits Kalos and the universe starts to reset. A cutscene then appears where all the legendaries team up to stop the ultimate weapon by firing attacks at it. Suddenly, an explosion occurs and engulfs everything in white light. The player wakes up in a dark void until a light that resembles the one at the beginning of Legends Arceus tells you that the universe has been reset. A new world has been created, and everyone you know is gone. The light then tells you will be put in charge of leading the new redevelopment of Lumino City. It then fades to white until you wake up in Lumino City again. Look at the Prism Tower, and then the camera pans to the sky where Pokemon Legends ZA logo pops up, cutting to black, and the credits start to roll. So what? Did the game start over? Bro, that's a freaking anticlimactic ending to a Pokemon game, bro. What? Say he resets the world, and the only thing that Arceus tells you is, oh, you gotta fix Lumio City. Man, forget Lumio City. What about the world, man? Okay. Alright, Pokemon Legends ZA will be the final game in the old timeline, and the franchise will undergo a reboot starting with the next generation. That's feasible. Do I want a reboot? No, but that's feasible. This new era of Pokemon franchise will set out to innovate on the old formula by changing things drastically and completely abandoning old mechanics such as turn-based. Oh! Dead. It's dead. Nope. Hold it. Throw it in the trash. Throw it in the garbage. The whole thing. No. Nope. Because of this, Pokemon Legends ZA is one of the last celebration of the franchise, which is why Mega Evolutions were brought back alongside some old characters. Yeah, no, this is lame. This is super duper lame. All right, look, and I'll tell you this. Every time an RPG has left turn-based mechanics behind to go and chase a fad or go and chase something else, it completely loses its identity. All right, look at Final Fantasy. The last Final Fantasy game is Final Fantasy in name only. The only thing that tells you that was a Final Fantasy 16 is a Final Fantasy game is the fact that it involves crystals. That's it. That's the only thing that tells you it's a Final Fantasy game. Other than that, you would have no idea this was a Final Fantasy game. This jet has slavery in it. Freaking murder and death, like dago, like Game of Thrones titties and all kinds of stuff. Like, it was not a Final Fantasy game, other than being a game about crystals and RPGs. That's it, and that's the biggest problem with Final Fantasy is it has an identity crisis. It doesn't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And Pokemon would probably go through a similar thing if they did that. All right, if they got rid of the turn-based mechanics. All right, no, that's stupid. So he also had a bunch of Mega Evolutions that are coming, new Mega Evolutions that are coming in. He says, to mark the return of Mega Evolution, 34 Megas have been introduced, spanning all different generations. The ones with typings near their names indicate that they have a brand new typing. So, of course, we have Mega Nidoqueen, Nidoking, Machamp, Lapras, and Dragonite from Generation 1. Generation 2 has Crobat, Slowking, and Miltank, which, okay, I mean, you know, there are other Generation 2 Pokemon that could probably deserve Megas, but okay. Which, I think, honestly, this is a pretty good set. I said in my Mega Evolution video that that Nidoking and Nidoqueen deserve one. I think I said Dragonite too. Alright, you know, because everybody wants the Dragonite so it could be funny. But Nidoking and Nidoqueen deserve something. Alright, because they didn't get a Mega the first go round. They didn't get a Gigantamax. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get their own special Z move, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think they did. They deserve something. You know what I'm saying? Give them a Mega. You know what I'm saying? Gen 3 has Flygon and Milotic. Gen 3 only gets 2? What? Gen 3 only gets 2? That's whack. That's whack, cuz, come on, dog. Gen 3 only gets 2 new Megas. I mean, we got Flygon, which is good. You know what I'm saying? And Water Fairy Milotic, that sounds like a banger. That sounds like a banger Pokemon, but y'all will just do my favorite generation like that. That's cold. And then Generation 4 gets 6? Bruh, they get freaking Staraptor, which is a fighting flying type, which also sounds like a banger, by the way. I think that might have been on my list, alright, to be honest, when I did one of my Mega Evolution videos. So you steal it from me. Mega Luxray is Electric Dark. Mega Roserade, Mega Weavile, Mega Meganium. Mega Yan Mega, because of course, you know, and it's Bug Dragon type, which I definitely remember doing that one. So yeah, you definitely steal it from me, dog. And Mega Frostlash, you know, so okay. Alright, not a bad set. Gen 5 gets Mega Crocleodile, Mega Chandelure. Ooh, okay. Mega Haxorus, Dragon Steel, another one. You steal it from a video, dog. Alright. I want to check. I came up with them ideas. Alright. I don't care who this anonymous man is. I want my check. Okay. Mega Volcarona. So Mega Volcarona sounds like a banger too. Gen 6 will have the starters, Mega Talonflame, Mega Pangoro, and Mega Noivern, which, okay, I mean, I guess. Gen 7 will have Mega Thick, Weird Plant Pokemon. I'll just say it, you know, it's grass fighting type though, so, you know, enjoy those Oko Brave Birds. And then Mega Mimikyu, like, okay, alright. Gen 8 has Corviknight and Toxtricity. Okay, alright, those are gonna be some problems, alright. Mega Corviknight, oh yeah, they will be problems, alright. And Gen 9 has Armarouge, Celadurge, and Cerulege, Tinkerton, and King Gambit. So far, this is a nice set. This is a nice set of Megas. I don't think they're going to do 34. That's a lot. It's a lot of new Megas, okay? If this was the grand ending of Pokemon, like, maybe they would, but I don't think they would do 34. I think 20 is probably the most we will get as far as new Megas. On top of this, every Mega introduced in X and Y RS will return. The Hoenn starters, Mewtwo, Latios, Latias, Rayquaza, each one of them are linked to side quests in order to unlock them. So basically, yeah, that's it's officially in fan fiction zone with this one. So far, I mean, this was good. This was good up until they said they were gonna reboot the whole daggone franchise. Like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's dead. That's super dead. Tell me what you think in the comments, alright? I'm an old man, and I'm stuck in my ways when it comes to Pokemon. Maybe it's time for something new. Personally, I don't think so. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.